guys, Cheap here with more Darkness Within. So I didn't look up like how to progress with the game. I just looked up how to use stuff. So what I need to do is do this, put that in one of the things, and then look in the right area? Hold on, I don't remember which picture this is though. Okay, so we look at the picture, which says desk. Alright. Right, nothing's out of the ordinary. So we go to the brain thing, put it there. I'm not 100% sure I'm doing this right. It's the R. Oh. Start reset it. Alright. Take the picture. Place all this. Stand behind the desk. Position. How do I take a picture of stuff? That's not what I want. Can my phone take pictures? I have literally the most useless phone. Did I miss picking up a camera? Hold on. Okay, stand behind the desk. This is position. You to view the office the same way. Thank you, other screen, for turning off while I'm trying to figure out how to do this. With the view screen, take. Okay, so I think we just did that right. There's nothing out of place here. I guess I was expecting something to be wrong with all of them. Also, you're totally welcome for that black screen for a few seconds. Oh, jeez. Alright, so you go back there. I see which one this is. That's the entrance. I am looking at where it was taken. Okay. Oh, maybe I need that. Oh, I need to be back one, don't I? Is that where the picture was taken from? Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Okay, so all the pictures were taken from this angle. Alright, we figured it out, team. Time for the books. Oh, I didn't have to do all that. I think I still have to, though. I'm telling you, it's that picture frame. Something different about this picture. Yeah, it's... I swear to goodness. Somebody move this painting. Scene has been sealed by the police. Who could have gotten in here? Let's see the back of it. Oh, wait, no. I didn't want to do that. No! I was making progress. Thank you. Seems to be something in it. There's something to open it with. Well, thank goodness I have a letter opener. Left click the opener. Select it. Right click to close the inventory panel. Oh, look at it being all wiggly. It's a game used in this manner. Press space to skip this text. Envelope I found in the painting's frame. I think it was put here after the police investigation. Well, let's... No, we're all about this envelope. Open it. Open it? No? Do I have to do it the police way? This is literally what letter openers are for. Fine, I'm gonna zoom in and inspect the crap out of it. Do I have to use it there? No. What do I do with you? Okay. I'm gonna figure this out. Oh. What if I... Yes! I am just the best at everything. I got a key and a letter and whatever the heck that is. Whoa. Underlining specific words or sentences in a document may give Howard some clues. Press the underline. Oh, jeez. Alright, we're getting into it now, guys. Jonathan, I know that I like to stick to the point. I'm writing this note because you know that shortly something bad is going to happen to me. For about 4 months now, we haven't seen each other. I didn't reveal my locations because I knew that as long as I was looking after the company and keeping things in order, you wouldn't worry about me. I'll speak plainly. I know that you don't like me and the feeling is mutual. But this is not the time for such matters. I just did the best line. At the end of the letter, Clark has written. It's written Jonathan. Oh, that gives us information. Huh. You should notice Jonathan mentioned in his statement. Alright, back to reading the letter. Stop hassling me with clues. Thank you, though. Alright. About 1 year ago, I bought a house in the old northern quarter. Surely in standard difficulty mode. We can research the visible page and find the clues automatically. No, I want to find them. Alright, about 1 year ago, I bought a house in the old northern quarter, and I was living there during the gradually increasing time periods when we didn't speak to each other. True to my nature, mysteries of olden times always attracted me much more than anything else. And you also know that I never wanted to mention my present situation neither to you nor to anyone else. fact, up until 2 months ago, I never even considered such a thing, and now, despite the inconceivable nature of the situation that I am in, I can hardly suppress my feelings of reluctance. You can call this a sort of childish jealousy, but I don't care. Right now, it is impossible to tell you what has happened. If you wonder, you can acquire a little information from my notes, which I have included in my package. There is just one thing I want from you. Do not go there, and sell it any way you can. Do this both for you and for our family's honor. And don't go to the police regarding this affair. Don't go, whatever happens. You can find the address below. We will not meet again. Take care. Alright, well, for one, I think this address needs underlining. Oh. What if I... Think about that. Interesting. You bought a house. Mr. Field secretly bought a house. Yes, and here's the address, right? Do I have to find them in order? The fact that it's letting me draw straight lines is amazing to me, by the way. Thank you! Okay, the envelope must be to his house. Or must be his house key. I better go there and continue this investigation. I am so good at detectiving. Oh. Oh, we're reading this. I right-clicked. Oh, Jesus. This is like on parchment and stuff. Ye olden times. This episode brought to you by reading. Alright. 1/03/2011. I don't know if the one's the month or the day because I don't know if this takes place in England. I think it does. And I want to say they do smallest to biggest, so day, month, year. So it might be the 1st of March. It might be the 3rd of January. We'll never know. Bun da da da. Alright. Real talk though, if you know, please share. Also, sorry for coughing. I tried to do it out of the mic. I decided to write these notes precisely 1 month after I bought this house, which I found myself lost in thought, adrift in its dim silence. I escaped the meaningless monotony of my life by listening by listening to every creak, every sound the house makes. I may not write often, but I think that these notes are important. Dude, the way you write your whys is just crazy and very consistent. This man has the best penmanship. Like, I'm not gonna say the best penmanship, but he has the most consistent penmanship in existence. To the point that I'm like, this is probably a forgery, because that's not handwritten. I'm just making fun. It's a game. It's a font. I understand. Still, though, that Y is wackadoo, and probably a hint. Like, you start writing Ys like that when the old ones start creeping into your head. Anyways, I found this house by astonishing coincidence. It just came out of the nether and was like, yo, what up, you want to live here? I'm pretty close to it. I got lost in the snow-covered narrow streets of this part of the city while I was wandering. I felt an awe, as though I were adrift in some misty past. I woke from my wonder and strove to find the way back. That's how I came to this house. Its majestic appearance attracted my attention. For some time I had wanted a place to come from time to time, to listen to this overlooked world of the past that no one knows, and where no one wants to come. I found a barely legible metal plate on the half-ruined garden wall that showed the number of the house. It was covered with rust, probably as old as the house itself. Without hesitation, I recorded the number in my digital organizer, which is really weird in this context for some reason, because we're talking about old stuff. which I bought some time ago because of my increasing forgetfulness. This is reminding me of a Lovecraft story, and I forgot which one it was, but this guy, like, goes into this house looking into something. Like, everybody else is superstitious about the house, and like, yo, don't go in there. And he goes in, and then, of course, there's something in the house, and the thing, like, can only move in shadows or something like that. And, like, it's trying to get to him because he's seen it or something. Oh, I'm trying to remember which one that is. See, this is why everyone should just read every Lovecraft thing, and then they'll be like, oh, that's from a story. I can't remember which one it is, though. Anyways, it's reminding me of that because the guy, like, hides from the house, but, like, the description of the house, like, being super old, and he accidentally stumbles upon it. That kind of stands out. Although I think in the story, the house was, like, originally a church, and there was some occult stuff in there. Anyways, continuing on. When I inspected it from the outside, it was obvious that no one lived there at the time. I examined it in order to learn if it was for sale or not, and I can't describe my feeling when I found the person who was selling it. Later, I talked to the vendor, and with a happy smile on his face, I remember he said that he had never come here before the house had been left to his company because of a mortgage, and he wanted to sell it right away, but never thought that this would happen. He didn't know anything more about the house. In fact, I wouldn't have cared if he had. I bought it without hesitation. There is one point that I don't want to continue without mentioning. That sentence is weird. After I bought the house, I learned that it had another admirer who introduced himself as Ivar Bergen? I don't know how to say that first name. A Norwegian immigrant, that's why I don't know. Judging from his appearance, it was obvious that he was a wealthy person. I remembered that he said when we first met that he was also an aspiring owner, but it seemed that he was too late. Bun dun dun dun. Ivar, suspicious. 1/18/2011. Alright, so he is doing month, day, year. Which is weird, because I feel like this is set in... whatever. This house is an old and real place beyond my imagination. I cannot stop thinking of what it would say if walls could talk. Probably things like, oh god, they put nails in me, this is awful, will you please stop touching yourself, at least cover up. Dear Lord, why are you walking around without things on your feet? That's gross. That or something about dental hygiene. I don't know. I feel like houses are nitpicky. Oh my goodness. Why do you people listen to me? Thanks for listening to me. Real talk though, I feel like some buildings are just... You ever walk into a really nice old building and it's like, oh yeah, this building is judging the crap out of me. Anywho. Some of the surrounding houses have been abandoned and shunned by people that are on the brink of collapse. A few of them are on the brink of collapse. The people are on the brink of collapse. And are on the brink of collapse. A few of them even collapsed a long time ago. It makes me wonder as to the probability of restoration having been done fairly recently, since the house is still standing firm and strong. I'm sure that this house is as old as the surrounding ones. Maybe the main reason for the bad reputation of this quarter is the different rumors that are often spread about some of the abandoned houses. These rumors recount how these houses have sometimes had bad owners, including some unknown foreigners. Dun 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 dun. Some people in the town consider the crime rate to be high here, but that has not been my experience. The inhabitants of the neighborhood keep very much to themselves, and don't socialize frequently other than to gossip quietly amongst themselves. They don't socialize, but they gossip with each other. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, isn't gossiping socialization? Unless it's like passed by gossip, like, did you hear old Jib did the thing with the fish and like kept going? Also, I have no idea what old Jib is doing with the fish. Oh, also, before I forget, since this episode's going up today, If you go to Ubisoft, you can get that. It's the newest, or one of the newer Far Cry's, but it's like the Blood Dragon one. You can get that for free. Of course, the natural price of that is still very high. Won't be on the channel. But I thought I'd let you guys know since, hey, free game. I have no idea how long that's going on. You have to have a Ubisoft account, which most people do since they kind of be like, hey, you want to play one of our games? You do? Huh? You gotta have an account. I had one because I bought Child of Light and I have no regrets. Anyways, moving on. I started getting to know Ivar Bergen and can say that our interests coincide almost completely. He visited me after our first meeting and we took the opportunity to talk at length. He managed to enchant me with his vast knowledge of mystic subjects. We talked the night away, discussing topics of mutual interest, and he told me about the things he experienced in some Eastern European countries and in India, and about his connection with some really esoteric and secret people and societies. He told me that he had read some books and tomes which were prohibited, or attempts had been made to try to destroy them long ago. I cannot describe the pleasure I had when he expressed his unbelievable theories about the background of most of the things which we are assumed to be superstitious, with proof cited from things he had read in some of the ancient sources. For a long time, I lived alone amongst ordinary people, cannot describe the empty feeling that I always felt within me. From now on, I think I would not have such a problem anymore. In life, it is really hard to find someone who you can speak with, even within your own family. I told Ivar this from the bottom of my heart, encouraged to visit me whenever he likes, and then they kissed. So just reach over behind their heads and just push them slowly together. Before attending to the outdoor areas, I decided to restore the interior of the house. Oh, hey, it's March something. It's close to my birthday. Not that close, though. Right month, though. Anyways, moving on. To do this, I was assisted by the original blueprints. While I was checking the antique furniture last night, in order to decide what to throw away, I found one carved wooden statue in a strange, well-like dig, whose opening was carefully covered with a single piece of rusty metal plate, some wooden blocks. Well, that doesn't sound careful at all. Also, you used a metal plate to cover it, and wooden block. Why not just use brick and stone? That seems more practical to me. I guess it's all easier for this kind of move, though. And I'm probably about to cough. Yeah, I am. Yay, still kind of dying. Anywho. I had not checked this room before since its key was not given to me with the others. Might have noticed this beforehand, but I didn't have much time to get the keys, being busy with company agreements, and the man from whom I bought this house was abroad traveling. Incidentally, there's another point that I can't continue without mentioning. That room, which oddly enough contains a well, has no electric wiring. It's really strange that in contrast, all the other rooms have electricity. So I had to light up the room with some lanterns, which I found amongst the old furniture of the house. I felt a slightly cold draught? What's there between a draught and a draft? I'm sorry, I have to look that up because the word choice is interesting to me. You have my sincerest apologies. Oh, it's just a British spelling of draft. So, well, now that's making the date system bother me more. Thanks, guys. Anyways, I'm being nitpicky over the date thing. I listen to the Co-optional podcast, and every now and then TV's just like, why do you do dates this way? Anyways. It's like, March the 3rd. March 3rd, we got this. Alright. Anyways. There's a animated about the dates and stuff like that. I want to say it's the history related one. Anyways. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I watch things on YouTube all day when I'm not doing this. Anyways. I felt a slightly cold draft coming from within the carefully covered well, and occasionally I heard some rattling sounds. But because I didn't have a strong enough flashlight, I couldn't examine the situation down below. Why would you want to? Also, now I know why draught threw me off. I'm used to seeing it spelled that way. First of all, it's still pronounced draft. I don't know why I'm saying draught. But I'm used to it being spelled that way in relation to beer, which is what threw me off. It's like it's a beer well. That's awesome. Anyways, I even threw a few small wooden blocks down, but I only heard sounds which made me think that the ground at the bottom is covered with mud. No, you hit the monster. The monster has splat-sounding skin. You done goofed. As soon as possible, I'm going to buy a stronger flashlight and try to examine down below. No, it's 2011. Yeah, we have child rights. I was gonna say, if it was further enough, or far enough back in the day, you could just get some, like, scrawny kid and just lower him down the wall with a lantern. It'll be fine. Moving on. Don't leave me in charge of your kids. They'll end up with superpowers. Actually, leave me in charge of your kids. They'll end up with superpowers. Or, scarred for life. But that's not my fault. You bred them weak. Alright. There isn't even the slightest clue regarding the reason for digging such a well. Maybe it is the entrance to an underground room which was dug for the purpose of taking shelter during an extraordinary situation, such as a war. I want to take a look down there, but the ladder at the side seems too rusty and flimsy. I decided that trying it would be too dangerous, so I tried to find another way, but I couldn't find anything useful at the time. The carved wooden statue is a complete enigma. I have no idea what it depicts. Whenever I hold it, due to reasons that I can't comprehend, I feel that it's very ancient. It's carved smoothly from a species of tree that I don't recognize, and it contains a secret compartment. I think that I unintentionally did something because it opened by itself. Or maybe it was already open. I am not sure. There was nothing in the secret compartment. It's completely empty. Oddly enough, I felt that it had once stored something very precious. In addition, a beautiful yet subtle smell is dispersing from within the secret compartment. I cannot tell what it is, but maybe it's some type of incense. How long is this guy's journal? How come every time I ask that, I just have one more page to go? Have you guys noticed that? It's like, hey, how much longer is this thing of text? Oh, 1 page. So I just need to learn that by the time I start questioning that, I'll just assume that's the end of it. We're caught up on 30 minutes. Like I said, I'm going to do 30 minutes for a while per episode to kind of make up for not recording for a few days. Because, like, if you add the extra 10 from this one and the earlier one, it's an extra 20, which is an episode. So I've made up for yesterday being short one. Alright. This is my logic. Anyways, plus, I think this game kind of does better when I, like, do it in longer settings, especially since there's a lot of reading. Yeah, this will probably be, like, a 30-minute an episode game, which is not what I usually do, but whatever. I can roll with it. Anywho, I think I've really started to get used to the house. During the first weeks, although I even hid this from myself, I felt like I wasn't going to get used to being here. I was jumping at every creak and cautiously listening to every sound. I've lived in this house for ages, and I still do that. I think a squirrel's gonna come through the ceiling and kill me. Seriously, every now and then I hear, like, squirrels and stuff shooting in on, like... Okay, I live in 2 trailers that are put together to, like, make an house, and then there's, like, an additional roof over it, because the roofs aren't even, which is nice, because it keeps it cool and hot. It, like, helps with our heating bill and stuff like that. But every now and then squirrels get in there and chew on beams, so I hear that crunk, 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 crunk. I'm just like, oh yes, it's about to come through the ceiling and kill me because it's got rabies. It's just out for blood. That's how I think in relation to animals. I know, right? All the dogs are perfect. All hell the Doges. Anywho. I don't know what sentence I was on. Right. Cautiously listening to every sound. I kept waking up because of some excessively dense, strange smells whose source I couldn't identify, and then I wasn't able to get back to sleep again. Yet this may sound childish, but this house has a genius loci that is really effective. As if all the creaks which are heard within and all the musty spells are alien. Maybe some of the stories that I have heard from some of the local people have influenced my thinking. Those non-social local people that only talk and gossip. It's like, oh, he's staying around, I guess we should tell him about his house. Hey, your house is probably haunted and evil things, blah, blah, blah. The importance of these stories, most of them being related to the old owners of the house, seem too much for the local people. When they talk about these matters, the tone dominates their voices, or a tone dominates their voices as a mixture of awe and reverence. As though they were afraid of being heard, they start to whisper. According to the stories, this quarter is one of the first settlements of Wellsmouth. For this reason, the houses which are standing now are the reconstructed, or at least vastly restored versions of the old original ones. There was a special purpose for trying to keep some of the houses intact, and they are too tight-lipped about this purpose. They mention some connections and deep wells like the one I found in my house, but they refrain from describing the purpose of these. If I investigate further, I hope to learn more about these connections or deep wells. Dude, it's gonna be like the people that lived in the thing, like they were patting the ground to get something's attention. It's connected to that, like he threw a thing down the well, he hit whatever monster being entity is living underneath all this stuff. You doomed yourself, boy. You're Bone City. Alright. Seriously though, that rock screwed him. Or that wooden block. Whatever. 4/21/2011. I have completed all the preparations for the restoration and hired a competent and experienced team. We'll start working next week to change all the inner wood planking and wallpaper. I hope that with these changes, I can stop all these musty and unknown smells. I can't say that Ivar likes this restoration process. He asserted that such changes are going to destroy the original genius loci, and he argued with me on this for a long time. For some reason I cannot understand, I can't stop thinking that he was more angry than he let on. Yes, I know that he is really sensitive about such topics, but I can't change his opinions. I told him that this is going to be a restoration that is based on the original design. I am not going to change my mind about this one. As soon as possible, I want to have the restoration process completed. So either the restoration is going to upset the stuff living down in the well, or see, that's part 1 of 4. I want the other ones. Like, it's because he says he's still smelling musty things and stuff like that. I'm wondering if, like, stuff's moving around his house. Like, if it comes out of the well to peek on him. I'm wondering if, like, the restoration is going to upset them, and that's why he's upset. Because I feel like Norwegian Buddy, he knows some stuff. He's not telling us. Alright, I'm Cheap. That's been this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I am. There's a lot of read and learn and just all kinds of stuff. I'm super excited and enjoying it. I love games like this. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.